We're matching colors now. Welcome back to Coming This Summer. Nice cold open to the episode.
Right?
I like that. Cobra Kai. It's over. Finally. Thank God it's over.
Yes and no. We said this right before we came on. This should have...
They did everything.
We needed just this with maybe like a first episode to get us into this, and we didn't need all that filler garbage.
None of the first part of this season.
Yeah, the whole first five.
We're friends. We're bad. We're friends. We're enemies. And then to the
point
point
that
where
last season.
Some of those characters that we like develop plot for and like resolve, like Payne and like Devin and like the brother, you know, like Daniel's son. Not Daniel's son, Daniel's son.
Daniel's son.
They don't get lines in this last part, bro.
Yeah.
They have no lines. It's like, hey, just stand over there and shout a congratulatory thing and maybe we'll put it in. Like, we needed none of that first part.
I understand the focus shifting to wrap up and where they needed to go.
Yeah.
But you're right. This season felt extremely unbalanced.
Yes. It's very not Miyagi-Do of them.
It's not. The first 8 episodes of this 15 episodes were just rehash. Mm-hmm. We didn't need it.
Yeah.
Season 5 was so good because it finished and tied 90% of the things where, like, I guess we can do another season, but it needs to be like...
But the tournament should have been the movie.
I know.
It would have been awesome.
Think about doing...
Especially if you end the movie like this.
Well, especially I was going to say, do that movie, and then that movie leads into the movie that we're getting in a couple months. Right?
Sure.
You could have a Netflix movie.
Yeah.
As a final season, and then
Cobra Kai, Sekai Taikai. We've said it literally every time we come back for this fucking show.
Because
it's
that would
there.
Been the perfect. Well, we're going to get into this with the end and spoilers, but it would have been the perfect tie into the movie, which they have to now, regardless if you want it to happen. It has to happen because they just spent.
You mean it connecting to Cobra Kai?
It has to. You just spent better part of a decade establishing more in this universe from the 80s that you can't now make a sequel to those movies and go, we're not going to think about any of what we just spent 6, 7, 8 years
Cobra Kai
on.
has become bigger than the original Karate Kids.
Yep.
The original Karate Kid movies are nostalgic and they're good, but it's like not even comparable to Cobra Kai.
No.
Cobra Kai is so good. Like, and it's not good.
Like
it's
the
not
80s way. I know what you mean.
Yeah. It's just like that cheese. But they got lost in the sauce.
They lost in the cheese.
In the cheese. Got lost heavy-handed in the cheese, man. Yeah.
They went full 80s action movie ending for this series with the montages and the boats explosions with cigars.
We could have done like a 2-episode intro, shaved like 5 episodes off that first part, college stuff, whatever, blah, blah, blah. Compete who's going to the tournament. That's fine. You could have done that in 3.
I'm okay with giving them like a little bit of a reminder of past rivalries as they compete to be the captain.
Right.
But you didn't need to break relationships back down to 0 to try and then like rush them back to healed again
at the same season.
I know.
Guys, this is one season cut into 3 parts. Dimitri and Hawk start this season with, you're going to MIT, fuck you.
Yeah.
Like,
and by the end, they're like,
yeah.
You know?
Binary bros.
Right?
What? What do you mean?
Just they put we didn't need 15 episodes. We didn't get 15 episodes in any other season. We did not need 15. This was to milk the franchise, and that's what sucks.
Yeah, this last part starts with downtime. I'm like, guys, end it.
I expected it to pick up right there over him bleeding out on the ground.
Yeah,
like, no, we're gonna skip on over
yeah.
that.
And then we're trying to reignite the tournament. But every sensei has to sign on. No. A child died.
I was gonna say this show
Someone died.
And I understand fictional world and all that, but this show does this really weird thing where it just throws out rules like serious reality grounding rules.
Not even
when it
season
feels
to
like
season.
it.
Just next episode, it's like, yeah, we're done with that.
Like karate. Like it was already bad enough the high school fight in the earlier seasons.
Right.
Where like
somebody almost died.
The cops don't get there until like the fight had happened for 45 minutes and someone got kicked like 3 stories off of a thing. You know what I mean? Like, and even then it's like,
yeah.
Right. So to this point, people are
someone
being
died.
murdered.
Someone died. Like, it's not like, they're fine. No, they're dead. There's a funeral. This season starts with the funeral. Where they're like burning the body. Like, guys, holy shit. Karate's done. There's no karate.
There would be no karate.
And for like the wife to be like, "Oh, come on, Daniel, you love karate."
Then again,
After
I don't
like,
know. This is America, and they don't
season-
ban guns, so maybe we are leaning into the right.
yeah, for the wife to be like, "Oh, come on," after like every other season, she's been like, "No more karate."
That's what I'm saying. Like
full
her whole
flip flop.
from the first season, she's like basically
This is
establishes
done.
this is it.
You're
this is your last
overreacting.
run.
right?
Once this is out of your system, we're done. No more
Right.
karate.
Someone dies. It's out of his system.
and by
she's
the
like,
end, it's
come
like,
on, Daniel.
You know what I think you should do for the rest of your
Yeah, by the end,
yeah,
she's
I'm
like
trying not to
super
spoil it
into
too
it.
much, but
Like
it's really
the actual like core tournament stuff in this one, I thought was way better than the last part.
This felt like the last seasons. Like we didn't need that other garbage. It was all just fluffy stuff to make stakes higher for no reason.
Last part was all about platforms and doing wipeout style karate. It was
so
like,
dumb.
what are we doing? Like this is so like this is the world tournament and it's like the gimmickiest thing ever. Like, nah. Give us some Dragon Ball ass world tournament shit where there's just two people fighting. Like
what happened?
You get
it
a point.
became
You get a
Fast and the
point.
Furious.
Yes.
Like it started about like cars racing, and next thing you know, they're like super spies driving on ice and submarines and going into space with
They're
their
like
cars.
super
And
karate
you're like, what?
fighters or whatever. It's like, nah, just punch.
Let's go back to the karate.
Kind of punch a little bit. Like we're fighting in
Which they
Barcelona
do.
this season.
And at the end,
Yeah.
they manage in the most
comes full circle.
ridiculous way to get it full circle.
But it's undeserved. And it's like, we should have just been focusing on this for the entirety of this
It
season.
only feels
at
undeserved
least.
because they shifted focus so hard away from the original point of the story, which was Johnny Lawrence's redemption.
Right.
And we got away from that for like 2
5
seasons.
seasons?
Yeah. And now like, so when it comes full circle, you're like, oh, that's right. That's why the show is.
The show's called Cobra Kai. Oh!
That's right.
It's not Cobra Kai and then all this other shit happens
Oh,
that
man.
has nothing to do with anything. No, it's called Cobra Kai.
No, that's what makes me sad. I would
Strip it
like
down.
take more seasons of like that. I wanted that. Like, where did that? We didn't get any of that.
I know. For like the longest time. we didn't
Too
get
much
that.
extra, not enough of that.
Too much Terry Silver coming back. Too much John Kreese
And
coming
somehow
back.
he returned.
Too much. Only for like them to. We were talking about this before we started, but them to like frame the big spoilers incoming. Johnny has to fight. Johnny's got to fight. There's a tie in the tournament.
Which
Johnny's got to fight.
is a
Senseis
real
have to
rule.
fight.
Did you know that?
No, I did not.
So give him credit.
Okay.
As cheesy as that
I
seemed.
thought it was weird for them to go like, and we're doing Valley rules in this world tournament. Like,
I guess that was a rule or is a rule in some kind of yeah. So they
okay, that doesn't make sense to me.
It's weird.
It's weird. Kids fight. Now your mentors have to duke it out. Like,
yeah, what if one's like 80 anyway?
but they set up Asian Jason Statham. And
John Lawrence. One of us is about to have a lot more fun than the other.
like, I hate him, and I know that's the point. But it's like, dude, you were introduced 8 episodes ago,
Yeah, I don't even know.
and you're the villain. Like, you're the big bad. Who? Wolf. Sensei Wolf. What? Who are you?
But my only issue with this, and I mean, it's based on 80s, but like
No, I
everything
know.
you think that could happen positive happens. Like, I mean,
Which it has to.
well, I know, but it's like so. Like that's what I mean. Those other episodes ruined this.
Yeah.
Because we went right back to formula.
Right.
But like, what were we doing?
Right. What was all that other bullshit about?
What
what the
were we
fuck was that
doing?
about? That was so weird. Yeah, for it to just like get stripped down to like
They go right back to Cobra Kai from the
core
Karate Kid
season 1.
Yes.
Karate Kid
Like, what?
tournament. Like you're in the All Valley Arena. You got the mats. You know,
It's
but it's
back
with
to
all the
Daniel
Cobra
and
Kai
Johnny.
characters. Yeah.
And it's like,
but Johnny has to fight this
but
time.
this time, but you know what I mean. But like, but
And then framing it of like, I got one more shot. It's like, oh yeah, this is impactful. But I would have just taken this episode and thrown out all the other shit.
that's what I said, we didn't
And
need.
stretch that into a movie. You know?
Like, why didn't the beginning of this season, which should have been 10 episodes, not 15, easily, start with the tournament immediately? Right?
Which is what we thought.
Maybe give us one episode of
Them picking
welcome
captains.
back and the captains,
Yeah.
a little bit of,
Yeah.
but then at the end they get it.
Right.
And then we instantly get into the Johnny has to end up fighting relatively early, and then we get a lot more Daniel Johnny as the build-up comes to the end. And then, is Daniel going to help him? Are they going to get along good enough? That's what I would have cared about.
Because then the payoff for like
else.
Daniel and Chosen being in like the Black Geese and like repping Cobra Kai finally, it's like, yeah, that works. And that's all payoff to everything that didn't happen in this season.
Right.
Like it's
That's
payoff
what
to
I
the
mean.
series, not the season.
The season felt like Saved by the Bell, the college years. Like,
Right.
what is
It was
this?
weird.
It happened. I guess
These
it
kids have
counts.
been in fucking high school for a decade, bro. Like,
Yeah.
Miguel is like my age at this point
he
now.
is, I think.
Like
he might be older.
He's Blue Beetle.
Yeah,
he's
pushing
way
30.
past this shit.
Yeah, like
mid-20s, mid to late 20s at this point. He's like, I'm still in high school. I'm a senior going to Stanford. Like, no, you're not, bro. Like, you got fucking taxes to pay, bitch. Like,
and it sounds like we're being. This is more of an indictment to the first part of this, the first couple chunks of the season.
Yes.
Because, like we were
the
saying,
first part is so unnecessary.
this isn't a knock on this. This is feeling the blunt impact of those chunks.
This was a
this
great
by
series
itself
finale.
was fine.
Yes.
Yeah.
But with all the other shit, like them ending Johnny having to fight a character who they just they couldn't even make the character like, oh, it's Terry's son.
Give it anything.
Anything.
Oh, he was in the tournament in Karate Kid 2 in the background in this guy.
Anything. They do that to literally every character. An announcer comes in to referee this fucking tournament, and it's one character from Karate
like
Kid.
the announcer from.
They like
yeah.
cut to the scene, and it's like, guys, he was in it for like 8 seconds, and now he's like back. So to make Wolf like just guy, original
I
Cobra
would
Kai
have rather.
character,
I know what they're going for,
Yeah.
and that would make sense if we were getting a spin-off show or a movie to have that Wolf guy. Now we're building him up at the
Now
end
he's
of
like
this
movie
show,
villain.
and now we're going to promote
Right.
him to right.
No.
But no, if that was the route we're going to take, then why not bring another one of the old Cobra Kai guys back from the 80s
something,
and him be the
Right.
running that dojo and be the
Anything.
sensei?
anything. Yeah. No, random character, original character.
weird.
Now you're doing original
It's
characters.
weird.
Where's Hillary Swank?
Yeah.
Where's the Swank?
It almost seems like they thought for sure that they had her locked a couple years ago, and that never happened. Because what if she would have been the bad guy?
Or the ref?
I think her being the bad guy that he has to fight would have been
That'd be fun.
that'd have been a crazy.
That would have been better.
Crazy twist.
That would have been better than what we got.
Yeah.
Like, I'm pulling the string. The Swank's always pulling the strings. Like,
Jar Jar Binks appears from the back.
Jar Jar Swank. Yeah.
Misa. No.
There's a scene which we need to talk about, and it's Miyagi Force Ghost. Why is Miyagi a Force Ghost?
1 second.
He's. I'll wait to caffeine break. I'm keeping all that in because you needed a caffeine break after I said Miyagi Force Ghost. And it's not, but Daniel's down. You know, he's down in the dumps. Needs to learn.
Which-
He's sitting in his dojo, his outdoor dojo.
This plot to
The
try
out
to make
dojo.
Miyagi,
What are we doing? A bad guy?
but only to be like, no, he's human.
Right.
Well,
But
duh.
he can also appear as a Force Ghost
But
and
they
help
kind
him
of-
fight off Phantom Skeleton people. What are we doing? What
yeah,
are we
it got
fucking
really
doing?
weird up its own ass because the whole point of the Karate Kid movies was for Miyagi to learn the things he needed to learn
Right.
by teaching an impatient kid. Like that was the whole yin and
The
yang,
balance.
the balance. It was
Right.
we already did that.
We did that.
So why
we did
like
that
make
40
him
years ago?
right? So why are we making him like? Was he really a piece of shit? Well, no. Clearly he.
No, but and then for them to go at the end of the season like, oh, it was because of the necklace. Like, I don't fucking care.
Yeah, I know.
Nobody cares.
Like it.
Show us some karate.
When this is like at the beginning of the season, he's Daniel's jet setting around the country
Yeah.
to invest. Like, guys, these aren't 20 episode seasons where we have 10 more seasons left. That's what you know what I mean. Like the beginning of the season, and we got crap in the comments, but like, it was a mess.
It was terrible.
It was a mess,
The start of the
guys.
season is bad. The end, great.
Yeah, but the beginning was just
It was
like,
bad.
hey, how many more seasons do we have? Oh, I think 3. And then they're writing it. No, this is the last one. Oh shit. Well, I already wrote the first 8 episodes. Oh, well,
It's all
we'll
about
fix
college
it.
and other bullshit.
We'll fix it in the end. Don't worry about it.
It's all about a bunch of stuff that doesn't fucking matter. God.
But the payoff and the characters you care about are good.
good.
And
I almost expected it to Johnny to end it with
I
the-
thought we were going to get that.
which would have been better.
Why didn't we
But he's
get
got to do his own special
Right,
kick.
but why didn't we?
He's like, don't end it with the flashy kick. And he's like, I will end it with a flashy kick,
But not
just
your
not
flash.
your flashy kick. Petty to the end, Johnny. That's what I'm talking about. Hell yeah. Yeah. I like the Stingray cameo. We got a good Stingray.
yeah, everything
I'm like,
was...
Stingray's kind of like A-list now
He's
compared
getting-
to,
he's
yeah,
getting
he's
some-
an Inside Out.
Yeah,
you
he's-
know,
yeah,
like,
yeah, that's right, that's
yeah,
right.
yeah. He got an offer. I don't even think he auditioned for that. Like, I would take a Stingray special, like a spin-off like one episode thing where he's like trying to teach a class. He's a fun character.
Yeah.
I think would work.
Yeah, I don't know, because I know the creators said they're open for doing like a spinoff. I don't know where you go now, especially with the sequel
you've tapped
movie,
every Karate
and you're
Kid
bringing
thing.
Daniel over here to a different area. So
With
you
his
have,
old haircut. It's multiverse
Right.
Daniel. That's how we know it's in a different universe.
you have to. So like, we already did Johnny as a sensei. He's already learned, so you can't redo that because we've already got that character development maxed out. So what do you do?
You don't.
You can't.
It's over.
It's over, guys.
Yeah. They're world champions. Everybody,
That's it.
literally every character we care about got a happy ending. You two are karate influencers. You go to Stanford. You get into
Yeah,
Stanford.
you get to go to
You get to go to Japan
Yeah.
on a scholarship.
That's what I mean. Like,
But then you both
end
up together. Then we do the stupid rom-com thing where he shows up at the airport. Fuck off. Why? Why does Miguel show up to the
This
airport?
has to be. Like, I'm just. In my
I'm
head.
wearing the necklace from the second season. Shut the fuck
Remember?
up. I don't care. No one cares. Do karate.
I'm gonna get. Okay, so should we rank the chunk and then the season as a whole?
Let's rank the chunk and then the season and then the series.
Okay.
Chunk, I'm gonna say like at least I don't know what I gave the second chunk, but it was definitely in the 5s. I think.
I think
don't
we
think
both
it was
said
good.
5, yeah.
So I'm gonna give the second chunk
Like, okay.
or the third chunk. I'm gonna give it an 8 out of 10
Okay.
because I really liked the ending.
It was good. Yeah, I was right around an 8.
It was good.
Sounds about right. Yeah, I think
The
that.
season. 7,
6, 5.
6, 5, 7.
Yeah, say 6,
right?
5.
Right. The series.
It stuck the landing, which
Yes,
is the important part.
big time. I think as a whole, I think it's one of the stronger series we've seen.
Yeah, for what it's
recent
dialed
years.
into. I know people like to shit on it because it's cheesy, but like that's what it is.
It could have been maybe 2 seasons shorter.
No, I think last season would have been a good wrap up.
Yeah. That's what
Stingray
I mean.
coming
Like,
in
we
and
didn't
kicking
need
everybody's
this.
ass. The cops, everybody's happy now. We're all friends. Everybody, the end.
Yeah.
It would have been perfect.
Yeah.
And then a movie, like you said.
And then
we're
do the
going,
tournament.
We're going to Brazil.
We're going to, we're doing a world tournament.
That's-
Like, yeah. Third act, guy dies. We're going to do the tournament, but we're not doing an actual tournament. It's just we're going to face off with the Iron Dragons in like an exhibition match.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. You could have did a 2-hour movie and just really clean. Maybe we'll do that. Maybe we'll do as a fan project. We'll clean up the last season.
Weird cut there. So what'd you think of the series, Jay?
So I was gonna say, I got 8 for the last chunk. Yeah, 6.5 for the season. For the series, probably like
7,
no, higher than that.
8.
Yeah,
There's some bad seasons.
there are.
There's some
I'm
bad
gonna give it.
seasons.
I'm gonna give it a 7.5
Okay.
overall.
Okay. I think I'm an 8.
Yeah,
I think I'm an 8.
It's
Because
close.
it's lasted. The story's great. Even
It's
like
just
the story of the show being like a YouTube Red thing.
Yeah.
And making it to where it's existed for 10
All right.
years.
You
Like
know what? I'll bump up to an 8.
credit
You're
where
right.
credit's due.
You're right. The low points are low.
Did
There
we
are
ever
some-
need this?
Oh, this is unneeded.
Did anybody ever watch Karate Kid and go, what about Johnny?
No, definitely. There was. That's how the
Really?
show kind of happened.
Yeah.
He had a weird following.
Really?
Yeah.
William Zabka?
Yeah, that's weird.
That's strange. Well, anyway, that's the end of Cobra Kai.
That's it. Now we
I
got
wish we were done with Karate Kid.
Karate Kid
but
Legends.
we're not.
Which I'm sure will be the part 1 of 3.
Will there be mentions of any of these characters? Will Daniel even have a family?
We're gonna get a really bad Captain America green screen reshoot with William Zabka. Like, hey guys, have fun in wherever they're going. Like, good luck. See you in New York. And it's all blurred out green screen. That's what we're gonna get, unfortunately.
I don't think. But if Daniel doesn't have a family, confirmed multiverse or confirmed prequel.
The interview I read last week
Cobra Kai
was
prequel.
it is confirmed in the same universe.
That's
and that
impossible.
allegedly we are gonna get wife and son, even if it's for like 2 minutes.
Really?
Because
no daughter?
Anthony would still be in high school because it's 3 years
But they go
later.
to Japan.
It's 3 years later.
Fair.
The movie is 3 years after Cobra
It
Kai
is.
ends.
Weird.
I think that was
Why would he go
tacked
to
on-
Japan to help this other kid? He's got a
But I think,
dojo.
no, I
He's
think
got
he
a
goes
whole
to
dojo.
New York. I think they all come to New York. It's weird.
What?
I don't know what's
Aren't they in
happening.
Japan?
They were original. I don't know. We'll
In
see.
the-
We'll have a review soon. We'll probably.
Veto. I veto.
Like, we won't have a review for that.
Holy shit.
Let's all go to the lobby. Let's all go to the lobby to get ourselves a treat.
Delicious things to eat.
The popcorn can't be beat. The sparkling drinks are just dandy. The chocolate bars and the candy